All right, guys, we're live. Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Very early morning. Good morning, guys. Welcome to another episode here of the Filipino Creator Showcase. Is that what the show is called?
Yeah, Filipino Creator Showcase.
There it is. John, welcome to the show. How are you, man?
I'm doing well. This is actually normal for me. This is normal time, so don't worry, guys.
Yeah.
Awesome. We got Adrian here. Hello.
Adrian's up early. I don't know. Wow. Full support for Team Fudai.
Yeah, I guess Adrian has been looking forward to this.
Yeah, this is good. So, John, quick introduction to everyone about you, about your channels. You got a couple channels that you're active in, and so tell us about your channels and what kind of content you're sharing there.
Sure. First of all, I want to say good morning to everyone, and thank you for having me. Foodie A1C started about 2.5 years ago. One lonely winter night back on the East Coast. And the channel is mainly focused on food. It kind of not diverted, but I mean, it kind of branched out a little bit lately for political reasons, so to speak. But, it's mainly about food. It's mainly about my love for food, my love for any kind of food. But also showcases some of my cooking techniques and whatever I can share, especially Filipino food, if I can share that. But I mean, I cook a lot of things, not just Filipino food. It's just, the channel itself basically was born from my blog. I have a blog, foodie1c.com, which unfortunately hasn't been touched in a while. The only thing that updates on that blog are pictures from my Instagram because I set it up that way. But that's where Foodie A1C was born. So again, it's been a wild ride, so to speak. It's been fun. It's still fun. That's why I'm still here.
Sounds good, man. And then you have the TOOBcaster channel as well. So tell us a little bit about that channel.
So the TOOBcaster channel was born out of the need. Because when I do the Foodie A1C stuff, and I try to concentrate on the food, but I also do a lot of research, and I've been known as this guy that does a lot of reading on YouTube stuff, policies, community guidelines, terms of service, that sort of thing. So, in that regard, everybody comes to me for knowledge, right, for advice. And that's how TOOBcaster was born, because a lot of the Filipino audience in the Foodie A1C channel started asking me about. So it was a niche on its own. So I'm like, why don't I create something for just the Filipinos? That's why the channel itself is mainly in Tagalog.
Nice. And so this is more like a YouTube strategy channel for Filipinos.
Well, it's not so much a strategy channel yet.
Yeah,
it's more of a advice. It was born out of that COPPA.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. So everybody knows that COPPA is still a complicated rule, right? So madaming nagtanong, a lot of people started asking me about it. So what does this mean? What's that mean? Can you please translate it for us? So I started thinking, I'm like, why don't I just make a channel just explaining all of these things? So that's what happened. That's how TOOBcaster was born.
Nice. That's you have it's just an easy way to answer more questions at once kind of thing, right? You just started a channel and
yeah. And it's something, and I try to make it as simple as possible, especially to the Filipino YouTuber who are mainly in the Philippines and are confused about a lot of these rules that they have to follow. So again, kaya tinagalog ko na. I started doing it in Tagalog because everybody asked me, "What does this mean in Tagalog? Can you translate it into Tagalog for us?"
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, no, that's really. So what going to that then a little bit more. I know, like, what do you find between the YouTubers in, I guess, overseas versus, like here in North America, versus the YouTubers in the Philippines, as far as what they're trying to do or understand, their understanding of YouTube. Like, do you find that they have different goals, or what are they trying to do versus what we're trying to do here in North America? Do you think it's different?
It's a little different. It's a little different. There's a lot of differences in the approach. And somebody came in. Team Puday.
Yeah, that's Francis. Hey.
Maraming salamat. Maraming salamat sa suporta nyo, guys. Thank you very much for you guys being here. The difference mainly a lot of, especially in the Philippines, a lot of it is driven by monetary reasons, right? A lot of people want to make it on YouTube to earn money, and over here, I think the difference is it would be nice, right, to be recognized, to be able to earn, to make this make a living out of YouTube. But I think a lot of the focus here is the creativity, the drive. Everybody seems to have a passion for not even just filmmaking. It's just the art of kind of making your own show. So I think that's mainly what the difference that I see in general. I mean, obviously, everyone has a different take. Everyone has a different approach when it comes to YouTube, and there are a lot of creatives in the Philippines that are, I'm just in awe, right? Seeing how a lot of them, with the minuscule things that they have, with the very limited resources that they have, are able to produce. And so that's really, that's who I look to kind of look, for the hidden talent. And again, I'm in awe, and watching a lot of those. A lot of them just use their cell phones, and, make the and I always try to encourage that of people is use your resources wisely, use them to the best of your ability, and that's what I always try to preach.
Nice. Yeah, no, I love what you're doing, man. Two different channels. So which one was the one that started first? The A1C. Yeah. Foodie one first. Nice.
Foodie A1C was first. As a YouTuber, that was actually the first time I started uploading on YouTube with that channel. I've been on YouTube for longer than that, and there's my main channel, which is just my name. Is not really an active channel. Although I started, I have another channel dedicated to my cycling activity, but that's kind of, it's still there. I'm, with all the channels that I have, or all the activities that I have, I'm trying to resurrect the channel is kind of hard, especially trying to concentrate on basically I have two niches right now. So
nice. Cool, man. And so you guys but you and Rich, you guys know each other. I met you guys in San Diego. So how's everything in San Diego with the meetups, with Nelson and all those guys?
I think, well, the last time we saw each other was a month ago. We went to this Second Chance brewery. But the first time I met Rich was through a mutual friend of ours, Win Castro.
Yeah, it was actually on a live stream.
Yeah, it was on a live stream.
Oh, nice.
And we just got to talking, and it was like, oh, I was back on the East Coast, by the way.
Okay.
I haven't moved yet when we met. It was actually I was like a few months out, or it was still a while before I made it here. But it was a few months. I told him, I was like, I'm moving to San Diego in a few months, so and he started telling me about the meetups, about Picture Flicks, and that got me really excited. I'm like, back east, yes, I knew some people, but there wasn't really a community, so to speak, of creators that kind of work together. So I was excited to, first of all, to meet the man, and meet everyone. So got it was an interesting group and a very, very lively group, right? As you saw when you came to visit.
Nice, man. Yeah, and so you guys do live streams too. So tell us about that live streams that you're doing on the TubeCaster channel.
So the TubeCaster channel, the live streams that I do there is usually a follow-up to the uploads that I upload during the week, right? To the videos that I upload. So I right now, with schedule being kind of tight with me working and taking care of the 2 channels as well. So it's like 1 video a week, but a lot of the video ideas that I get are actually just from stuff that I see on other live streams and what other YouTubers bring up. So right. But the live streams, I usually discuss what I upload, and then I usually invite people to, if they want, I keep it open. First I go into the topic, try to explain that. That's kind of my format, is to explain what's going on, kind of follow up on the issue that I saw, back it up with the terms of service from YouTube, because I always try to not make things up, right? I always back it up with facts, and I usually print it out to show people, this is what YouTube says about this policy, this guideline, and then start a discussion. And then I usually invite people to the live streams, as everyone's seeing right now on screen, and to talk about it. And maybe they have a different perspective, maybe they have a different idea on how to approach it. That's basically what it is.
Awesome.
Now,
awesome.
Kuya Foodie, in regards to your content, do you have, because I always like this question, because everybody would want to know, and I think we asked Paco last week regarding it, is how do you go about coming up with your content? Like, what is the process?
So if it's with TubeCaster, it's what I see. I attend a lot of live streams first and foremost, and I see a lot of live streams being suggested to me, and I see a lot of, sad to say, a lot of wrong things happen. Okay, maybe I can, let me go back to the terms of service and see where I don't want to say a violation. I think that's kind of harsh, but it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
So, and then I'll create a topic around that. So that's TubeCaster. As far as Foodie A1C goes, again, it's not hard being a foodie here in San Diego, since there's always something going on. Even in this climate, even in this pandemic, whatever it is, there's still a lot of food, places that are, especially with breweries and all that. So it's mainly driven by the need to eat. So, and where I'm going. So, try to discover new things. That's really what Foodie A1C is about. So as far as the cooking, it's like, something that I'll see on a menu. I'm like, yeah, maybe I could cook this. So, and that's where content usually comes out.
Nice. Sounds good. We got some people tuning in. So hello, kamusta kayo? We've got Nanay Nawaray, ART. Awesome.
Yes,
I think this is
Nanay, kumusta? Good morning to you. Good morning to everybody.
Good morning.
Fabienne Baltazar. Also, hello. She's from Turkey.
Turkey. Oh wow.
Nanay is from the Midwest.
From Missouri.
Yeah.
Nawaray.
She said Missouri. Nice. Awesome. From Turkey. Awesome. Welcome, Fabrienne. That's Francis. Awesome. Welcome, everyone. Yeah, so if you guys have any questions for Kuya John here, let us know. Let us know in the chat. We're here just hanging out and talking about YouTube and Kuya John's channels and everything. So let us know. And also let us know what your channels are about. That'd be cool to know too.
Yeah.
Have you seen a difference in? Because again, I'm always gonna kind of refer to what past people have said and kind of create like a what do you call this? Not like a survey, but like a gauge, I guess. Because last week,
are you baselining?
Huh?
Are you baselining?
Oh yeah, baselining. Yeah, that's right. No, because last week Paco said that at first his vlogs were all in English, and then he switched it to more Tagalog, and it kind of blew up. It started to pick up steam. Now I know that pretty much like on Foodie A1C, it's primarily in English, right? Do you see a big difference? I mean, as far as the growth of your channel with TOOBcaster, since it's mostly in Tagalog as opposed to fully in English?
Growth wise, I would say yes, to a certain extent. Just because with TOOBcaster, concentrated siya to the Filipino audience, right? It's concentrated to them. So if somebody actually sees the video, they try to like a lot of the folks here will see a video. Oh, they're like, oh, ganun pala yon, and then they're like, okay, baka, maybe people would like to see this as well. So they're more inclined. The Filipinos are more inclined to share it. Yeah, I get that as well on the Foodie A1C channel, but Foodie A1C channel is more for fun. I mean, both channels are for fun, right? But it's such a wide, Foodie A1C kind of covers, the English-speaking world, so to speak. So it's kind of very wide, and I designed it that way. So hey, maybe it'll blow up, right? So maybe somebody will pick up on it, and it'll blow up, or a lot of, what a lot of people don't know is, yes, Foodie A1C is below a certain number of subscribers. Where I'm only like 3,700 something, right? But what I try to explain to people is that there's really more than one way to earn, on YouTube by leveraging your channel, and that's mainly what Foodie A1C. Yes, I get sponsorships outside of YouTube. I get things sent to me for free. More things that I can do videos on. So that's in that regard, that's how the channel earns a little bit, but it's not much. I mean, obviously, but it's more broad on Foodie A1C compared to TOOBcaster, where again Filipinos are more inclined to watch it and share it. So that's kind of the difference.
Nice. Yeah, it is. It's also like one of those where I get it a lot, like messages like you should do one in Tagalog. Your channel will blow up, and I see that there's just kind of like there's just like different type of meanings with Filipinos where they'll say, oh, nakaka-nosebleed, right? But they'll watch a lot of Korean dramas where they can't understand anything. and then or my one of my aunts, she was like, oh, maybe you should do one in Tagalog so that it's more attractive to Filipinos, and I don't have to figure out what you're saying in English. And I'm like, well, what are your favorite? She's like, I'm like, what are your favorite channels? She's like, Ren's Kyle. Well, Ren's Kyle's all in English too. I mean, but they have like 10 million subscribers. So you're telling me that they can do an all English type of channel, but for me, if I do it, nakaka-nosebleed.
Well, the way I approach it is, nung nag-umpisa ako, when I first started the Foodie A1C channel, was I'll do this. I did struggle a little bit on the decision of whether I was going to be Tagalog only, English only, Taglish. Pero ang sabi ko sa sarili ko, I was like, well, Filipinos for the most part speak English, and they can understand English pretty well, and a lot of them speak English fairly well. So, if I make this channel in English, I'll cover the Filipino audience, and I also cover anybody else that speaks English. That's how, that's why I made the decision to do Foodie A1C in English. But with the requests to do the rules, regulations on YouTube, community guidelines and whatnot that people don't understand, then I had to make that switch and do a Tagalog, mostly Tagalog only channel. So that's how TOOBcaster was born.
Yeah, because I remember when you were kind of first starting it, because you were doing a lot of it on your own live streams during the day about going through like, oh, I just got this email from YouTube, let me go over it, and then I still remember like, Ita-Tagalog mo na lang, kuya. That's Ita-Tagalog, kuya, right? Please. Yeah, because no one would unveil. Oh, look, Charles Love is here. I was on her live stream last night.
I was there. I was in the background, Charles. So alam mo naman yan. I mahal na mahal ko kayong lahat. So I try to be supportive. Actually, her live streams have been she's been back. She was, when I first met Charles Love, she was basically a live streamer. Although she did videos as well. She does videos as well, but mainly on her live stream is where we kind of met and got to know each other. So.
Yeah, she was out promoting your channel for people that that wanted more information about YouTube.
Right.
In Tagalog.
That's how TOOBcaster is gaining a lot of speed, so to speak. People sharing it, and I get really kind of giddy, when somebody says, oy kuya, napanood ko yung ganun pala yon, and I'll try to share this with my friends because maybe a lot of them will find this information useful. And then that's really the goal. And I always tell people, especially when I live stream on TOOBcaster, lagi ko sinasabi sa kanila, ma-monetize man itong channel na to, or if it doesn't get monetized, I really don't care. It's mainly for reference purposes for our Filipino friends to look at, to try to understand. And my goal for TOOBcaster is really monetization is just a dream for that. But it's more really to help and put things on, quote unquote, just put things down so somebody can look at it as a reference and learn from it. So that's what mainly TOOBcaster is all about.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because like as soon as we decided that you were going to be on the show, like throughout that week on almost every live stream you were mentioned that I was actually like perusing or in the background. I was like, they're mentioning Kuya Foodie everywhere. Like even Kinito and Win Castro were on this like live stream like in the Philippines, and they mentioned you. I was like, man, it must be a sign, because I guess you sent Kinito a shirt, right?
I sent Kinito a shirt, and he was one of the people that I. By the way, this was this was the shirt. Let me just mention the shirt. This was a long process for us for some reason. It was more logistics. It wasn't even the money or anything like that. People didn't have to. So the easiest way for me was to have shirts made in the Philippines and have shirts made here. Just so people can easily get them in the Philippines instead na magpapadala pa ako, right? So, right. So make it easier. So.
That's smart. So how do you do that? Do you sell them?
No. This was the first wave, so to speak, is for the folks that are really, really close to me. A lot of them are from the GC, the group Team Fuday. Yep. Which is we've been going. A lot of teams don't last, by the way, and I'm really, really proud. Right? There's a lot of you get invited to like GCs and all of that group chats, and a lot of them kind of fizzle away. Team Fuday has been around, oh my gosh, for over a year, probably a year and a half now. Nice. And it was born from the people that used to play on Eugen's. Rich knows Eugen, the casino. It was born out of the casino because everybody used to just play on the casino, and everybody, and that's how kind of their conversation started. And they were like, "Kuya, why don't you just start a group for us?" And that's how Team Fuday was born.
Yeah. Now that is an ingenious way to have a live stream. Is Eugen's with like the casino, and then you could bet, and nobody even cares what Eugen is doing. I mean, he was drawing at one point, and now and everybody else was playing casino on the side. And one way to get Filipinos into your live stream, play casino when they can when they can get fake money and collect it.
Yeah, it wasn't even real money, right? It wasn't even real money. We were just there kind of collecting billions and billions of coins.
But I mean, with that, Eugen was able to, raise money for his wedding, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I mean, pretty much. So that was.
Eugen was mainly a live streamer. Like, when I first kind of met him, I met him on another group chat, and then, he started doing these. He was the first and only guy, right? That and we worked on this. He's the only person that I know of that went live for 36 hours straight.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was live, and I was kind of part of it for a little bit, right? He did have to go to work for a couple of hours within, so somebody had to step in and kind of host the live stream. But yeah, he went live. He was like, he did everything. We were singing, we were wearing barong, and we were singing.
So Charles says she's waiting the hot seat. So Rob, if you've never been part of Kuya Foodie's hot seats, it's quite an entertaining time, you know, when he has a guest and they go through, what is it, level 1, level 2, level 3 of questioning.
Yeah. That the hot seat was born out of another hot seat host, somebody that we knew, or we know. I still know him. He's a YouTuber out of Belgium, Filipino YouTuber. He's a nurse in Belgium. I haven't seen him too much lately, but he's still around. Pero doon nag-umpisa yun. It was a hot seat segment on his. So I was like, why don't I do that as well? But I mean, he had 100 questions. I'm like, I think that's too much. So I'm gonna keep it to around 60, 65 questions and, you know, see where it goes. And it was like, I think one of the most fun. It's actually very, very taxing when I do it. It takes a lot of prep work because I try to make different questions for different guests.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but that's fun. But I mean, it's really. It's more a live stream type of an event. It's not really anything that, I mean, some of it's still on my channel, and you know, they are fun. They're fun. Yeah, we get a little salty once in a while. Get a little SPG, so to speak.
NC-17
that's what people want to hear. That's what, you know, people tune in for.
Yeah. You want to? Let's do it. Do you have questions, Rich? You ready?
No,
Charles
is saying go straight to level.
Level 3?
Charles Love is saying go straight to level 3. But listen, it's 6 a.m. here. There's no way we're going to level 3 at 6 a.m. in California, and then you know, Western Canada.
Yeah.
Because you saw how white, how pale Charles Love is on level 3 on that live stream. If it's still up somewhere, you see her turn red, just like red. She matched her lipstick. She had like her lipstick and her face just matched. It was just, she got flushed. But
okay. What time is it in Japan?
It's 10 o'clock, 10 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah, 10 p.m.
Thank you for staying up. No, Charles, maraming salamat.
Yeah, thank you.
We got Semi Gourmet Home Cooking. Welcome to the live stream
from Florida.
From Florida.
Welcome. No, this is there's such a community. So how much time do you focus on YouTube, Kuya John, on like just weekly basis, I guess? Like I guess between filming and live streaming and editing.
Oh gosh, it takes a big chunk
of your week.
It used to be easier for me when I was back east, because I was, for 2 years, I was basically a bachelor. My wife and kids moved to San Diego.
Right.
We basically took over this house. This house is, my in-laws bought it, and when they retired, they were like, why don't you guys take over the house, since we're gonna be spending a lot more time in the Philippines than over here. So that's what we did. We decided to come here. So in 2017, my family moved here, and I stayed back in New Jersey because I have my kids from my first marriage that I kind of ayoko silang iwanan. I was like, I'm kind of they're teenagers. I didn't want to leave right away. Kind of guide them. I just didn't want to just disappear from their lives. So I'm like, I'm going to hang around for a couple of years and then kind of support them through their high school. And that's what I did. So I only moved. I've been here about a year. That's it. So, and it was easier, obviously, because again, I was basically a bachelor, living by myself, and I had a lot of all this time. Again, that's why I started the YouTube channels, and then when I moved here, obviously now I have father responsibilities again, and I try to sneak that in, with work and all that. But yeah, I spent a lot of time on YouTube, and working from home allows me to do that as well. I've learned natuto na ako, to kind of balance, the work, which I do. That's why I keep going to my left side, because this is work on this side for me. Thankful that I'm able to do that. But nasanay na ako, right, to work through all the tasks that I do. I edit, whatever videos I need to edit while I'm hopefully nobody from work is tuned in. But yeah, I get that's how I carve out the time, because after work it's usually, I'm kind of tired, and I try to take a break and not do anything related to any computer or anything like that. So, but the filming part, again, I think a lot of the YouTubers, alam nila to, right? The filming part is the easiest part of, but what I do is I try to plan it out in my head of how the sequence is going to be. So it's always easier for me when I sit down and try to edit. But that takes a lot of time. That takes at the very least 3 to 4 hours of editing, and that's not even not even counting the music. When I'm really a stickler with the music. If I put music on a video, it takes a lot of time for me.
Takes a lot of time. Yeah. But you use I saw here Epidemic Sound, and everything is legit. You're not like I see a lot of YouTubers, they just grab it from like YouTube or something else, but you got it all set up here.
I used to do that, but I gave up just because a lot of I think there was 1 or 2 instances where I thought I grabbed a non-copyrighted song, but it was, and they can do that, by the way. The owners of the music who can copyright the song. So
yeah,
and then you'll get flagged for it. I'm like, what the,
What happened? Yeah.
Yeah, so I got tired of that. So I thought Epidemic was a little easier.
Yeah. With your editing, you just all self-taught everything, like all the software and everything self-taught, or how did you learn? Because there's a lot of creators out there, just they don't know how to get started, right, with editing and just using iMovie, even if you have a Mac. So what are you using?
I'm a PC person, and
PC.
Everybody knows this. I don't hide it that I've never used a Mac in my whole entire life, and I gravitated towards this software, Power Director, and I saw a lot. There was this Power Director Academy on YouTube, so everything is YouTube related, and that's how I learned. I kind of mastered the software, and I've always been thinking about, hey, should I switch? But I'm like, everything that anybody else can do, I can do. It's just a matter of applying whatever different techniques on the software. So. I mean, it was fairly cheap, so and it works. It seems to do the job for me, and until the time where I become a full-time filmmaker, maybe, right? I'm not gonna. It does the job for me right now. I mean, my videos are mainly a lot of this stuff like this. I'm not into too much of the special effects. But I can layer a lot of stuff. Just like, it's a pretty powerful system.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Power Director. There's a question from Semi Gourmet Home Cooking. What app are you guys using for your background music?
Good question.
Epidemic Sound, as Rob mentioned, just because I don't want to deal with copyright issues when I download my music and use it for my. I know it's safe, that I'm not gonna. Although, and I knew this going in. I'm like, let me try using it on a non-registered account, right? And they do copyright you. If you have to register your account as a user for Epidemic Sound. Otherwise, you're gonna get a copyright, not a strike, but a claim.
Yeah. Which only if you're monetizing, it's a problem, right? If you're not monetizing, you can use whatever you like. Somebody else will just make the money, I guess, on if you're monetizing it.
Yeah, somebody will make you. Somebody will take your money, basically. Well, if you're not a monetized channel, obviously they wanna earn, whoever the owner is of the music, or video clip or whatever it is that got copyrighted on your videos. We'll just get the proceeds, right?
Yeah, exactly. So Epidemic Sound, what's the cost here? about $15 a month, I guess, starting.
15 a month.
Yeah,
15 a month. For me, it's more than worth it. To kind of avoid the headache. Diba sakit sa ulo yun. I'm like, and then you'll see it. Like, bakit ganun? Like you got copyrighted. Like, and then people are scratching their heads. So.
Yeah, kasi yung Foodie A1C channel is monetized, right? You have ads coming in.
The Foodie A1C channel is monetized, and it took a while. I was one of those YouTubers that got caught up in when I first started the Foodie A1C channel. It was kind of the dawn of the 1K subscribers, 4,000 watch hours requirement. I think I was about 3 weeks into it, and they changed the whole thing. I'm like, so what are we gonna do now? So I'm like, just keep grinding. But it took me about 8 months.
8 months. That's good. That's pretty good.
I did reach the threshold earlier, but I think there was some issue with because I did a lot of there were some live streams that I deleted. So obviously that deducts from the watch hours that already occurred. And then there was another rule change where a lot of the videos or most of your videos to be counted should be public, right? You can't private. Can't make them private. So a lot of them I made private. I think that's how it got affected. So I just kept churning and working and doing live streams and making videos. So ultimately I got the hours back.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. Another question here from Semi Gourmet Cooking. Can you use this when using iMovie Editor? Yes. I think referring to Epidemic Sound. So yeah, and Semi Gourmet is saying, I'm not a techie person. So maybe, Kuya John, maybe explain Epidemic Sound as it relates to your video editor.
Sure. I use another video editor called Power Director, and it's just a matter of, yes, you can use, it's just the music, right? It doesn't really matter if you're using iMovie. If you can insert a music clip or a whole song into your editor, regardless of what editor that is. And again, we keep referring back. I keep referring back to Epidemic Sound. It's a paid service, and you choose your songs, whatever type of song you want. If there's like a sad moment in your video, you can go to they call mood. So you can get like a something that yung babagay, something that will relate to that video, right? If it's a happy video, obviously fast moving, you can get those types of music as well. That's why I like Epidemic Sound, just because I can the ease of me looking for different types of genre, and if I want blues, if I want something rock, if I want something it's all there, and they make it as easy. Although this new interface that they have right now, they just upgraded their URL. They changed it again.
I know it's a little harder to kind of move around, but there's so much content here you can pick from. Even Chris Oy has a playlist here. Didn't see that. That's good. That's good. Yeah, good explanation. So hopefully that answers your question, Semi Gourmet. Kuya John, I want to get your advice. Obviously, this is the Filipino, Creators Hub. So, what's your advice there for? And I'm sure you share this on the Tubecaster channel and stuff like that. But what's your advice for Filipino creators trying to get started on YouTube, trying to grow and build an audience, or even use it as a way to feed into their business as well? What's some advice there for them?
Well, if you're first of all, if you are starting on YouTube, you have to understand that it's not easy. You have to go into it'll take work, just like anything, right? It takes work. Going into YouTube should be fun. Should be a fun experience first and foremost. If it's not fun, if you're not, if it doesn't bring you joy, happiness, satisfaction, then this and that's with anything, right? It should be fun for you, but it's a continuous learning process. So one of the things that I try to convey, especially sa mga bago, pag-aralan natin, let's really dive into the knowledge. There's a lot of resources, to gain a lot of knowledge. And if kung a lot of Filipino YouTubers, and again, hindi ko nilalahat, I'm not saying everyone is like this, but a lot of them are so in a rush to either get monetized, to make it right. But YouTube is a process. It's a process of learning first and foremost, before anything happens. Unless you are really lucky, those things happen. By the way, those things happen, but a very, very small percentage of YouTubers really blow up. Right? That's just the reality. Let's just get that out of the way. For the rest of us, it's a process. It's a process of learning, improving, and learning again. Just keep learning. And again, I don't know. There's a phenomena with the Filipinos that nagmamadali like that. So I'm not sure why. Maybe they want to make as much money or whatever it is. It's still, again, it's driven. It's a monetary, I guess. So continue learning. And that's what I always try to preach.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, continue learning. Don't rush. It is a long game. It took you 8 months, you said, for example, 8 months to get monetized. Some people want to do it in 1 month.
I think the majority of folks, especially yung mga Pilipino, right, going in, including me, I didn't know anything about YouTube. I didn't know anything about, I knew a little thing about video editing from Windows, editing like simple videos. But in order for and that should be part of the fun, part of the journey is to learn, right? Learn video creating, learn kind of the ins and outs of YouTube, learn, how to make a thumbnail, how to make descriptions, how to make, how to title your videos. These are things that you need to learn. That's why, and this is all on Tubecaster, by the way. A lot of these things I already covered. Kinover ko na lahat yan. And I'm like, a lot of these very, very basic things, a lot of people seem to skip over, right? No, it's like, you gotta learn all that in order to understand the system better. So, a lot of people kind of talk about gaining the system, right? And that's how you gain the system, is you have to learn the ins and outs.
No shortcuts, right? No shortcuts.
For the most part, no shortcuts. You cannot shortcut YouTube. I mean, if you do, there are shortcuts, but a lot of them are gray area for at most, and illegal against
the rules, against the rules,
the terms of service. And I try not to promote that, because I've seen the effect of what that does to a channel. And it's for the most part, it's not good. It's not good. And, a lot of, and I saw this. Pumasok ako sa isang. I think I was it wasn't a live stream. It was somebody made a comment on one of my friends who I know from YouTube. Kind of big. His channel is big, and he basically just said the same thing, that there's really no shortcuts to doing YouTube. And then merong nag-disagree. Somebody said, hindi totoo yan. And then they try to explain it. If you are nakalagay doon, kung madiskarte ka lang, if you are, I'm like, discarte means kind of something gray area, huh? I was into that line. I'm like, and he was like, but you take the risk, right? You take the risk of getting banned, terminated. So I'm not about that, because again, I've seen what it can do to a channel. And I've seen folks that I knew when I first started that are no longer on YouTube just because of that very reason.
Yeah. Ano bang translation ng discarte sa English?
Discarte.
Like opportunistic, parang opportunistic,
right?
Hustler. Hustle. Yeah,
that could be good, right? That could be good.
That could be good.
What they meant when they said that. Kung madiskarte ka lang. They were like, kung madiskarte ka lang, kikita ka, sa iba't ibang whatever. Kung mag-YouTube ka. And I know a lot of that stuff, and I think I've discussed it before. People, should I blame them? I never do. I never judge anyone. That's first of all, that's their channel. It's none of my business.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you know, but what I will say are, you know, what the effect will be and what, you know, the consequences will be if you get caught.
Yeah, yeah. You could. I mean, you lose your channel forever, right? 3 strikes and you're out on YouTube. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
What are you doing here? Sorry, I'm just watching your vlog. Okay, so as we start wrapping up, who's some of the creators you follow that you learn from, Filipino creators, even just for fun, like anyone in the Philippines that you specifically follow and things like that you enjoy?
Well, when I first, you know, I really am drawn to the food, you know, the food creators, the food, like Mark Wiens.
Yep.
Yeah, even Sunny from the Greatest Food Review Show Ever. You know, those things, and I think I've discovered my love for food that way. And actually, it was Mark Wiens that kind of got me thinking about doing the Foodie A1C channel, just because I'm like, you know, if he goes out to eat and, you know, all these kinds of food, I think I can do the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, not to that level yet, but, you know, I think I'm learning as I go. But yeah, those are the folks that I gravitate to. But, you know, for the most part, you know, Filipino YouTubers, you know, that I really watch were, you know, Will Dasovich, and some of his friends, and the folks that actually, you know, the foreigners that made it there, made it to the Philippines, kind of experienced the culture. You know, that kind of fascinates me as well. So even the folks that are now living in the Philippines, the foreigners that are now living in the Philippines, and obviously, we all know Tal, right?
Tal,
Traveling Clat, met him in New York, good guy. Consider him a friend. So, you know, those folks are, you know, are the ones that are kind of driving, you know, kind of the I wouldn't say, you know, it is the love of just sharing information. So yeah, there he is.
There he is.
And he will drop by my live streams once in a while.
Nice. Yeah, I don't even know where he is now, but yeah, that guy, he's on such an adventure right now.
Yeah.
No, big props to the guys that make the move there. You know, it's such a big thing. You know, they just like pick up and move. Yeah. He was arrested in the Philippines and stuff like that. Last month, he was detained in somewhere. I don't think he was in trouble or anything.
No, it was. I think it was. It was locked down, and, you know, he was. I don't know.
Yeah. Arrested but good title. Definitely clicking it, right? So. No, that's good. He's a solid guy. No, that's cool, man. That's cool. So, okay. So what's the plans for your channels, you know, kind of moving forward? Obviously with the lockdown, you're not too affected with your content, right? It's all from home.
Yeah, it's most of it is from home. You know, I really want to make, you know, we were going to go to Hawaii, but Hawaii kept moving the timeline of opening. First it was August 1st. Now they moved it to September 1st. So they, you know, now we're kind of scrambling to plan another vacation, I guess, staycation here in California. I mean, there are some nice places here, but as far as the channel goes, you know, I'm going to keep on. The channel continuously evolves. I guess we have to evolve. We have to, you know, we kind of have to adjust. Ganun lang naman yun. I don't really, you know, follow like the trends, and, you know, I'll see it. Yeah, if I like it, I'll do it. But if I don't, then, you know, I'll kind of start my own. But, you know, wherever the road takes me, whatever new things I discover, especially on Foodie A1C with the food, you know, is how I go about doing things on Tubecaster. Kaya nga, I was like on my last video, I'm like, nagpapasalamat ako kasi maraming mga pasaway, right? And I get a lot of content from you guys. So, you know, but yeah, on Tubecaster, and I think it's starting to gain a little footing, and I'm happy about that. I'm happy about the progression.
Nice.
Yeah, and try not to compare, and this is for all YouTubers, right? Try not to compare yourself to other YouTubers. Yes, it's good to kind of gain inspiration to look up to them a little bit, gain inspiration on content and how they do things, learn from them. But I always try to, let's try to be as unique as possible, because that's, really, and I made this distinction, right? And I made this example, why are you going to copy another YouTuber? Somebody that's going to watch you and think that you're that person will just go to that person's channel. Right? Try not to do that. Try to be as unique. And again, I'm still having fun. So, this journey is gonna I'm just gonna keep rolling.
Keep rolling. No, that's good. Before we go, guys, let's do this. There's a request here from Semi Gourmet
on the TOOBcaster. On the TOOBcaster.
Yeah. Just get you guys to let's take a quick look at this channel here, really quick. Any feedback for our friend here, Semi Gourmet Home Cooking?
Semi Gourmet Home Cooking.
A little bit of info on Edward, or Semi Gourmet Home Cooking. He's actually a chef. He specializes in French cuisine.
Oh,
so
nice.
But he's no longer working as a chef. However, he has his own business in Florida. But yeah, he actually is a chef. So when I was watching, I was like, how does this guy have like pretty good knife skills, or what appeared to be pretty good knife skills for somebody just doing YouTube videos? Then I found out he was actually a chef. He's actually a chef.
Nice.
Your thumbnails are eye-catching. I think you should you definitely work on the thumbnails to tell us about what you're doing. Not a lot, right? But something to catch our eye. Yeah, the food is eye-catching, right? But I'm like, okay, what is that? I'm trying to figure it out. Because people are, pag nanonood ka, diba, ng YouTube, or you're browsing your people's channels, it's usually the thumbnail that will catch your eye, and you want to get as much information from the thumbnail. So I would put something to try to describe it. Again, it's a natututunan naman yan. You can always see it, and I try to. It's mouth-watering actually. A lot of them.
It is, yeah.
Right, but I would, definitely work on the thumbnail, kind of titling in there, and put some wording a little bit. And but yeah, I like it. I like. Look at that.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, some type of text on the thumbnail just to say what it is. Maybe even like in the font too. Like ube encimado is a good one here, but a little hard to read. Something that pops a little bit maybe better. But yeah, good feedback there, great, John.
Any playlists? Yeah. Does he have any playlists?
Playlists.
That's what I would say.
There's 2: Semi Gourmet Home Cooking and live streams. Yeah.
So in your live stream, nag-ano ka ba? Nagluluto ka rin ba sa live stream? I think that would. I just,
that'd be good.
If Rich remembers the TGIF, we just drink.
the TGIF. Oh my God! Like, there's so much drinking going on.
I think I started that trend, and it was a very popular. But I think to myself, I can't do this forever. Like, I'm gonna be an alcoholic.
Did I tell you that on the stream how one day I got prepared for one of your TGIFs, but I guess you were like an OC, so you couldn't do it. And I decided to go on my own drinking, and I literally passed out during the stream. Huh? Yeah, I would have had the 240s. I was like, I literally passed out on my own stream. I fell asleep drinking. I think Adrian was on there. He was like, bro, you totally fell asleep. I woke up and had to end the live.
I think people are afraid if you can't, they think you can't. Can you do that? Like, yeah, you can do that. You can drink on your live.
Yeah,
it's not against the rules.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, no, this is cool, man. Good channel. Yeah, so thumbnails, good feedback on the thumbnails. Tags, I don't know if you should put hashtags on tags. You don't need to put the hashtag thing. I don't think YouTube really cares for that too much, but this is good.
Hashtags, YouTube doesn't really care too much anymore. It's about viewership now, unfortunately, and you really have to be able to market your video. You market yourself, and push it out, without being spammy, I guess.
Yeah, Yeah, no, that's true. Very good. Very good. Adrian is here. Hey, Adrian. Hi again.
He woke up to say hi, then fell asleep.
And fell asleep.
And then now he's up again.
That's good. That's good. Awesome. Awesome. Rich, any final hot seat questions for John?
No, we've obviously, I mean, talked about a lot of the stuff that we've talked about. It's just yeah, so I don't really have any kind of what do we expect coming from TOOBcaster in the future, in the coming months, weeks, days?
Well, I started with a lot of videos that I kind of categorized as 101 beginner type videos. So hoping to kind of graduate from the 101 basic stuff to, getting into, how to edit, how to, right? Like that, like a lot of the things that I spoke about, how to create a better thumbnail, how to create better descriptions, how to create a better title, right? A lot of people, these basic things, right? And I think I did this once on Foodie A1C where I actually invited people on a live stream while I was editing, and I was trying to get input from a lot of them. So I think, some of that may work too. And because I mean, editing for the most part, regardless of what system you're using, for the most part, it's the same. It's the same process, right? So I really want to, again, level it up, so to speak, and get into more specifics about technique. So yeah, that's where TOOBcaster is going. Foodie A1C is just, again, it's a fun channel to have, eating and cooking and drinking and shooting guns now.
Yeah, that was a switch. I was like, whoa. He's gonna hunt for his meal now.
The videos are getting views, and by the way, I really do have a passion for it, but it's just, again, it's just it's a very niche-y subject. So
yeah. That's interesting how that will work, right? Because people originally came for foodie content. Yeah, but it'll be interesting because
maybe I can spin. Yeah, I'll spin the banner to say food and guns or something like that.
Well, you can hunt for your food, like
there you go.
Hey, I was actually thinking about, like, California's so big. Where the heck do I go hunting?
Yeah, you go fishing. Yeah. But fishing, you have to have guns to protect your fish.
Yeah. No, that's good. That'll be interesting. But I think people have, like, it seems like they've connected with you as a person rather than almost the topic. Yeah. So it's like, you can talk about anything. They'll just still tune in, because they're connected to you as the person. So that's
and a lot of that is being and it was, thank you, Rich, for the description. The leader of Team Food. I don't see myself as the leader, and I always tell the folks on the team that it's our group, right? I'm just one of you. My name is sort of attached to it, but it's really for us. So I'm all about that. I'm all about being part of the group rather than kind of overseeing everything. Kind of like an overlord, but I do appreciate them, and they know it, and them coming to me, I'm always happy to help, and I do the same thing, we kind of feed off each other. So I'm really, and again, I love those guys, I especially the ones that have been with us or with me for this long. So thank you for your friendships.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I think you're just being humble because you're like that really smart Lolo that sits in the back of the room in the party, and everybody goes over there like mano po Lolo.
When they introduce me, when I go into their live stream, they go, "Ang aming ninuno." I'm like, yeah, I'm old, but I'm not that old.
Oh, that's so funny. That's awesome. Awesome. Guys, this has been really good. Kuya John, where can everyone connect with you if they're just bumping into this interview and meeting you for the first time? Where can they find you and your community and everything else?
So, start with Foodie A1C. All my information is in all of my videos. So if you want to connect with me, I have a Facebook page, Foodie A1C. I'm on Twitter as Foodie A1C. I'm on Instagram as Foodie A1C. So all of these media out, media, but all these outlets, all these different sites, you can email me at foodie1c.com. or go to my webpage. You can email me from there, or foodie1c@gmail.com. And I'm pretty easy to find.
Awesome. Sounds good. And Rich, final words for this week. Put you on the spot.
Oh, go and create. That's all you need to do. Create. Yep.
That's
oh
it.
wow.
That's it.
Yeah. That's just create. Don't worry about the numbers. Just create. That's what I always say.
That's awesome.
There you go.
That's awesome. There you go, guys. Awesome, guys. We'll see you guys next time. Connect with us on the Facebook group. The link should be in the description, and we'll see you guys next week. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
I'll be on vacation, but yeah.
Yeah, that's right. You'll be on vacation. I'll be solo. Maybe we'll get a co-host. Get a co-host.
Somebody wants to wake up.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks, guys. We'll see you guys next time.